Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we have another amazing legendary comic book issue that we are looking over. Green Lantern, Green Arrow, number 87. Famed Neal Adams, Denny O'Neil comic book. Cannot wait to share it with you guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button and let's get right into it. Okay, I have never read this before. I would never have access to this, and that is like an argument for facsimile editions, reprints. I know they're expensive at $5, but printing's expensive, and hey, DC's got to make their money, right? It's as much as a Starbucks coffee, so it's totally worth it. But I mean, I get to read the frickin' Neal Adams Green Lantern, Green Arrow, and like on better paper, better printing. DC is doing them in newsprint, so I'm sure a lot of people are happy about that. I'm fine with Marvel's like the facsimile printing. That's fine. I'll take it however I can get it. What a gorgeous cover. This is introducing John Stewart. This is like Neal Adams. Story by Denny O'Neil, art by Neal Adams and Dick Giordano. What a great pairing. You know, I don't think aside from inking himself, Dick Giordano is suited better for another artist than Neal Adams. I really love the combination. I love the combination with Tom Palmer and Neal Adams. And of course, I love Neal Adams inking himself. But I mean, this art is undeniably gorgeous. I love the purple and the greens. The splash page is amazing. I love what Neal Adams brought to comics. He brings such like dynamism. Dynamite. Anyway, Dick Giordano, edited by Julius Schwartz. Are we not giving credit to the letterer and the colorist? You know, I don't know. I mean, the lettering does look familiar. I want to say like a John Costanza, perhaps, or maybe it's not John Workman. I would know. Anyway, hopefully we get the answer. But this is just so much fun. Oh my gosh, like I've never read like Guy Gardner before Justice League International, so it's really fun to me to see how he was conveyed. Actually, like really heroic and not quite the jerk that he wound up being. And everybody loves the jerk, right? So he was all lined up to become the successor, and he got injured and like couldn't do it. I mean, obviously, like, don't cry for Guy Gardner. He winds up becoming a badass Green Lantern, so it all works out. But then, anyway, Blue Balls is just like, don't worry, we have a replacement waiting in the wings. And I love it. I mean, in a way, it feels like a story trope, like the unlikely hero or whatever. You know, I like that. I wasn't aware that this is how John Stewart is portrayed. He just seems like very straightforward, very good guy. Like when you see him like in Justice League Unlimited or I don't know, any versions I feel I've seen. And he seems very much more like streetwise and like sort of real. Like he kind of tells it like it is. I love like the accurate presentation of the dynamics between races. And I mean, this is, I feel like groundbreaking just because they're even talking the subject, but I feel like it's done really well. And obviously today you would never have this because a white man shouldn't be writing this story. But at this time, a white man is the only person who really could be writing this story. I can't think of a ton of, you know, Black writers in comics at the time. You know, obviously they didn't have the opportunities. But I mean, I feel like, because I just thought, I don't know how I thought it was going to be handled. You know, it's like you read the, like, Titans, like, sort of anti-drug issues, and it's a little more, like, I don't know, ABC after-school special-ish, and I was kind of expecting that, but this is definitely more like, I don't know, telling it like a TIEI is. I love it. Some great panels here. I mean, the artistry is for days. Beautiful. And then, oddly, I don't know, like, I don't know, I don't want spoilers because this story was just such a revelation for me, but I feel so poignant and so, groundbreaking and just like, I feel like everyone should read this story. It's very much a window into the past if there's a mirror at it and a reflection of how how sadly far little progress we've made. But how, I mean, I don't know, it's just an interesting, like, time capsule. And I also thought it was interesting that it kind of only takes, like, half the book with 13 pages. So, love seeing, like, this old letters page and, of course, the old Sea Monkeys ad. But then you get, like, this Green Arrow story. But, like, just sort of, like, I don't know. But isn't this a great splash page? I love this so much. Like, where is the credit for the frickin' letterer and colorist? I'm so distraught. I'm gonna have to, I always love to read the credit pages, and it's kind of crazy to think that, they were just so undervalued at the time, bringing such, I mean, if you watch my channel, I speak of color and art and the importance of the whole package deal and how necessary it is to the, if you have a great letterer, it really elevates the book, or if you have a bad letterer, it ruins it, and colors the same way. Fun old ads, right? I mean, that's got to be Kurt Swan. Nobody else draws Superman like that. That's such a great thing about, I wasn't going to go like, no, I'm not going to go on that tangent, but I just like, that's the great thing about like this, I don't know, history of comic book art we have. You've got Kurt Swan, you've got Neal Adams, instantly recognizable. And speaking of comic tropes, this is such a comic trope from the past, using, the phone cords to sort of outline the panel. And I love it so much. It screams like romance comic. I need to get like some old romance comics. I feel like they are so much better than I have any idea. Like some of that great like Mike Vosberg art and, dare I say, Vinnie Coletta. I need to get into that. Any recommendations, you all? I know you have some. I know that you're all that instantly triggered something in your brain. And please put in the comments what romance comics do I need to put at the top of my list. I'm thinking like Melly the Model. Like I saw a fun panel from her the other day. Oh my gosh, I'm totally talking over this. But once again, like a very like powerful story. I don't know, like I said, like this feels like it could have very well have been, like ham-fisted and like ABC After School Special, but it's so much better than that. It's very impactful. It's very powerful. It's in no surprise way this is so esteemed to this day, and how groundbreaking it must have been at the time. And this beautiful, gorgeous art is so worth it. We have like some Neal Adams DC artist editions like Batman and stuff coming up from IDW, and I cannot wait for that. So we have that to look forward to. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my coverage of that stuff, because I'm always bringing fun comics like that. That, of course, has to be Gil Kane, right? I mean, that totally looks like Gil Kane. I could be wrong. Are we not going to give credit? Am I losing my mind? Although I think, like, I could be wrong. But I have to be right. I mean, I don't have to. I feel like I know my artists. There needs to be, like, a Jeopardy for, like, nothing but comic books, and that would always be a category. Just like showing a panel of the art and like having to guess. The lack of credits is distressing and all of this. Who drew that? It has to be Gil Kane. I don't know. Anyway, tell me in the comments. I know you all know. I would love to get that little slot machine. These ads are so much fun. Anyway, so the DC facsimile editions are called like artifact editions, and I kind of like that name better. Anyway, so great, right? Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Do not pass on a facsimile or artifact edition, because they're so good and so worth it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.